Beardo Benjo.
Hello there everyone and welcome to Will It VR. Yes, that's right, 2 episodes in 1 week. The reason for 2 episodes in 1 week is there's been a lot of releases lately that I've kind of wanted to check out and see if I can get running in VR. And lo and behold, I've had quite a lot of success with the 2 that I've tried so far. So Maneater was the first one, which worked fantastically with the 3D effect that Vorpx gave. And the second one, which I'm trying today, is Minecraft Dungeons. I have to tilt my head down to show you because it's running in VR currently. Now, Minecraft Dungeons is a match made in heaven when it comes to running Vorpx and displaying the game in the immersive screen mode or the cinema screen mode. Purely because if you can get fantastic 3D, which I've managed to do, the game is almost purpose-built for it. It's an isometric dungeon crawler, so it's a fixed camera anyway. So to give that 3D and to give it depth and to flesh everything out just makes the experience all that more immersive, and playing it in cinema mode is going to be an absolute joy. I'm not going to muck around for too much longer. I'm just going to jump in and show you and kind of explain to you what I can see. I appreciate in these videos you can't see the 3D, you can't see the effect that I get, but I'll talk you through it and I'll tell you how to achieve it. Once again, this doesn't have a profile on Vorpx currently, but it will do now that this video's out because I've just uploaded one. It's a profile based on Conarium, again, because this game is built on Unreal, and Conarium tends to be the best choice for using an Unreal profile for other games that don't have a profile. So I have uploaded this by the time you're seeing this video, so you can come and try this yourself if you have a headset, Vorpx, and a copy of Minecraft Dungeons. I'm going to dive in now. Before I start the video though, drop me a like, leave me a comment, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. I do put out these kind of videos all the time, and then I do horror stuff as well. Always making content. I love making content. Right, let's dive in. Let's play some Minecraft in VR. Okay, here I am in Minecraft in VR. Now, one thing I'll say, it works beautifully with a controller. If you can play this with controller, I would urge you to do so. It's just the best way to play this game. Now, as I said, I'm using the Conarium Unreal Engine 4 profile to achieve the 3D effect in this. Conarium is one of the best profiles for it because it gives you geometry 3D reconstruction. Now, once again, I'm using geometry. I've pumped the 3D strength right up to 5, and I've brought the cinema screen a little bit closer to me because I want it to be a little bit more all-encompassing, but I still want that 3D cinema comfort. So I brought the screen a little bit closer, geometry's on, and the strength, the 3D is pumped right up. You can change these settings if you download this profile and do it yourself, but this is what looks great for me. Now, the game obviously can run in full VR mode, but this game doesn't have any camera controls. You're not moving a camera around. As I say, you're a fixed isometric camera. So if you put it in full VR, the image is just stuck to your face. So I'm just looking at a small portion of the screen. So full VR mode, not really usable. Immersive screen, absolutely fantastic. Looks beautiful. That or cinema mode are perfectly viable options. The only benefit, I guess, of the cinema mode is it kind of puts you in that realistic environment and it looks a bit more like you're playing it on a giant 3D cinema screen. Okay, so straight away I'm getting geometry 3D and some fantastic depth just here on the menu screen. My character is front and center. You can see behind his axe, you can see that he's all fully fleshed out, casting a little shadow on the floor. It just looks brilliant. I'll dive into an offline game and I'll kind of talk you through it. Now, these screens here, these loading screens, are flat. They're not displayed in 3D, but the game itself is all 3D and looks absolutely fantastic. Now, this is the kind of game that really does lend itself perfectly to running in Vorpx in 3D in this kind of way. Vorpx is fantastic for pushing those first-person games into a fully immersive VR experience, but sometimes you just want to kick back and play a third-person game or a game like this, and you want to bring it to life with a little bit more depth, and this kind of 3D VR experience is the best way to do that. If you haven't played the game yet, it is absolutely brilliant. It's basically just a dungeon crawler loot hoarding game, very similar to something like Diablo, but it's set in the world of Minecraft, which is very, very cool. Right, Creepy Crypt, Creeper Woods. Okay, I've done a lot of these. What I'll do is I'll just replay Creeper Woods to show you that. Look how gorgeous this map screen is. Absolutely fantastic. Now, once again, all this is displaying as a flat screen. There's no 3D element here on the menu at all. Not the end of the world. absolutely fine. Still looks lovely on this big cinema screen. Just no 3D portions here. It's just when you're in the actual game. Let's do the first level again on that difficulty there. Now the game scales as you level up. It kind of scales and recommends different difficulties to you. If you're a fan of Minecraft, honestly, go and check it out. I've been playing it all morning. I had a really good time with it. Let me just get rid of my Vorpx cursor.
All free folk are now enemies of the Illager Empire.
Just looks brilliant. The 3D is wonderful. Again, a little bit like Maneater. I'm seeing right in, so as those skeletons get further away, it looks that far away, and I've got all the depth. Every little kind of, every block is at the right height. It looks absolutely fantastic. And again, my character kind of really pops out and is kind of front and center the whole time. So this is what I mean about it not having any kind of camera controls. There is a fixed camera, so normally you would use the right stick to move the camera around, but that is not the case in this game. That's actually a dodge button. So this game works really well in this setup, purely because you're not moving a camera, you are a floating camera. And that helps to let the 3D really kind of breathe and feel and look amazing. Alright. No actual kind of mining in this Minecraft game. TNT, hell yeah. It is purely combat based and loot focused. I'll throw a TNT over there. Stay there. Fantastic. Yeah, I won't. This won't have to be a particularly long video. This is really just to show you, as all my Will It VR videos are, that it works. It can be done, and it looks brilliant. Really kind of brings this game to life. I'm almost fully won over now to playing my games like this permanently. It is nice playing on a flat screen if you just want to kick back and chill out, but I know there's a section of people that have really warmed to playing games in a kind of a VR 3D way, and I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to understand why, because it's just brilliant. Oh, and all those explosions as well, all the particles are displayed in 3D. It just looks great. Absolutely fantastic. Fire arrows, I need to burn these guys. So obviously when you're watching the video, you're just seeing the game displayed as you would see it on a flat normal monitor or TV. So I appreciate it's difficult to see the video and say, oh okay, that's what the result I'd be getting, but I hope I don't overstate it when honestly it does look fantastic. Everything has the right level of depth, scale and 3D that you'd expect, and you can change the level of 3D as well. As I say, when I showed you the menu, I've got it set to 5, which is the highest. You can drop it back down if you want a slightly more kind of nuanced or subtle experience. The game also supports a few different versions of 3D. You've got Z Normal, Z Adaptive and Geometry. Now Geometry is the most intense and the most impressive 3D rendering, because it renders all the objects that you see in 3D. Everything is given its own level of depth. Everything's kind of rendered in a 3D way. And it's fantastic. All individual objects. It's just brilliant. Get out of here. Get out of here. Whoa. Again, just if you haven't played the game itself, honestly, give it a go. Really fun. Quite simplistic. But the more you ratchet the difficulty up, and if you bring friends in as well, I believe it does kind of scale to the fact that you're playing with multiple people. You can play this with 4 people. One of the coolest things that I will just mention is... Oh, there's a lot of skeletons. Stay there. Is the game doesn't have any kind of anti-cheat software that runs alongside it. You can play this game online, but it isn't PvP. It's cooperative. So you can run around with 4 friends and take on the whole campaign. Now, what's good about that is if one of you wanted to just sit and play it in VR, you could. So I could play this in VR like this, and everyone else could be playing it on flat screens, and I could sit here and do it all multiplayer. One drawback of Vorpx, and it's no fault of Vorpx, but a lot of online games you cannot use Vorpx to play them in VR, purely because the game is running with like an anti-cheat software that stops you from being able to latch this program on. This one doesn't have that issue. It runs perfectly fine online. It latches without any real issue, and I've just leveled up. All of the text is actually 3D as well, so that was really kind of impactful. It jumped right out at me. yeah, so you can play this game online in VR with your friends. They don't need to have on VR, sorry. They could be playing it normally, and you could be sitting there with your VR headset on. So yeah, very, very cool. Now, as I say, I have uploaded my profile. So if you already own all the required bits, so you've got yourself a headset, you've got Vorpx, and you've got this game, or you've got Game Pass, then you should be able to just download my profile and start playing now and get the same effect that I'm seeing right in front of me at this moment in time, which is pretty cool. I'm getting some good success with Vorpx lately in terms of getting games to work on launch day kind of really, really well, which is testament to how good Vorpx can be. Sometimes it takes a little while to get them to run, but this and Manio basically straight away just found a profile they'd work with, managed to get Geometry 3D working, and yeah, just having a great time with it. Oh, I haven't used that before. Blimey, that's amazing. That's some kind of ability where I collect souls, and then I unleash like a big devastating attack at the end when I've built up enough. Oh, this menu screen looks great. It's kind of everything is flat apart from the character. The character's popping out, which is really nice. He's fully rendered in 3D, but the backdrop can't be rendered in 3D because I guess it is just a flat backdrop anyway. So all these icons here are all 2D, but then my character himself is yeah, fully rendered up in 3D. He looks really good. He's really kind of jumping out at me. Alright, I'm back in the hub world now. This is where you kind of come to upgrade all your gear and kind of just chill out in between missions. And again, all rendered in beautiful 3D. It looks absolutely stunning in here in VR. Another one that I would highly recommend. I'm starting to think that this is genuinely the best way to experience these third-person games and games with fixed camera angles. I imagine the original Resident Evil, because of its fixed camera angles, would look absolutely fantastic in Vorpx. And it's probably something I'll be testing very soon, now that I've given myself that idea. Yeah, this is a great one. Really enjoying this game so far. And I urge you to all check it out if you do have the means to do so, because it just brings the game to life in a completely new way. And kind of just, if you enjoy 3D and you enjoy seeing these worlds like kind of fleshed out and a bit more realistic looking, I appreciate it's Minecraft, so it's never going to look realistic, but a lot more kind of vibrant and brought to life because of the 3D, then this is just a great way to experience it. So there we have it, guys. Minecraft Dungeons works fantastically in Vorpx using the profile that I've just created. I will upload that now, so that should be available for you to download and try. But the 3D is stunning. No nausea because it's not a moving camera. You're a fixed camera. Everything just looks kind of fleshed out and has the right kind of sense of scale, and it just gives it kind of that 3D. It just brings it to life. It really looks great, and it's a very relaxing game to play in VR and in 3D as well. So yeah, just an absolute winner, this one. The game also only launched today, and I've managed to get it running in Vorpx. I'll take that as a win any day of the week. If you enjoyed the video, guys, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and hit subscribe. I enjoy all engagement, and I really appreciate all support that I get on my videos. It does make it all super worth doing. I love doing it anyway, but this just kind of takes it to another level when people engage with me. And yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to Vorpx and all the kind of bits I use to get this running. It is very impressive. I urge you all to give it a go if you have the means. I'll see you soon for another one, guys. Take care of yourselves. See you later.